Good morning, viewer. Welcome to our first activity. Here's the breaking news. Yes, the Bharat country attack at Prime Minister Narendra Modi's table during his opening remarks at the G20 summit grabbed attention on Saturday morning. Modi's unequivocal endorsement of the country's name came days after President Draupadi Murmu sent an invite for a dinner as part of the multilateral event in the name of the President of Bharat. Interestingly, Bharat, the mother of democracy, a glossy 24-page magazine that's disappearing fast from book racks at the International Media Center of the G20 Summit venue, Bharat Mandapam at Pragati Maidan, explains its title on the second page. Bharat is the official name of the country. It is mentioned in the constitution as also in the discussions of 1946 to 48, which preceded the adoption of the charter. The use of Bharat as the official name of the country in a magazine distributed among G20 foreign delegates and journalists from both the country and abroad is the latest and clear indication that the name currently used, interchangeable with India, albeit largely in a domestic context, will now be the name the country wants to be known by in the international context. India may have been the name under which it ascended to the G20 presidency, but Bharat was the name under which it announced at 3:30 p.m. on Saturday, September 9, that the Delhi Declaration had been adopted. Published by the Union government, the magazine has been produced specially for the summit to be distributed free among delegates and journalists under the header on page 2 titled Democratic Ethos in Bharat Over Thousands of Years. The glossy identifies the beginning of the Indian civilization as the Sindhu Saraswati civilization 6000 BCE, 2000 BCE, what history books both in India and abroad refer to as the Indus Valley civilization. The introduction further identifies Ramayana beyond 2000 BCE and the Mahabharata beyond 1100 BCE, indicating that these were in fact real errors and not mythological events embellished over 1,000 years of oral and written traditions in Indian folk and religious narratives. It also refers to the Chinese monk Fa Hsien who travelled to India in 5th century CE. The magazine identifies several other eras in India's history. Mahajanapada and Ganatantra, Buddhism, beside mentioning Megasthenes, followed by Kautilya and his political treatise Arthashastra. After the mention of the Vijayanagar Empire in southern India comes the only mention of a Muslim king under the headline, The Understanding Monarch. Good administration should embrace everyone's welfare regardless of religion. That was the kind of democracy the third Mughal Padishah Akbar practiced. The magazine describes him adding Akbar's democratic thinking was unusual and way ahead of its time. The magazine ends with the mention of the years between 1952 to 2023 where all prime ministers of the country and the peaceful transfer of power are mentioned. Benda's report, Posak TV.